Is your boy Baddog here with the New York Giants post-game video. As always, appreciate you on the video and taking the time to watch it. Do me a favor, thumbs up, and that always helps out the video. Hit that subscribe, ring the bell. Just the beginning of the Giants season. There's going to be tons of content, live streams all the time, videos all the time. It's going to be a fun year, no question about it. Pumped up for this Giants season. Hope you are too. It's the first time in a long time I've gone into a year saying we could be a pretty good team. Obviously, the first game of the preseason, we don't read too much into this. You know, you don't read too much into it. You just want guys to get out of it. I'm sorry. You don't want to get guys hurt. You want to get out of it healthy. And, for the Giants, for the most part, they did it. Colin Johnson hurt a knee earlier. Don't know how serious that is. Cordell Flott had an abdomen issue. Again, we don't know how serious any of that stuff was. But I want to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly in the first preseason game of the year. And again, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not sitting here panicking or killing anything. This is just what I saw out there. It means absolutely nothing at this juncture. Again, just going over what I saw. We'll start with the positive. We'll start with the goods. Pinnock was great tonight. If he made a case for the starting safety, he got it tonight. Started off with an interception. He had a tackle for loss. He had a pass breakup. He looked great. He was awesome. Dane Belton, I thought, also played really well today. I really liked John Michael Schmitz. I felt like he played a really, really solid game, man. He was pretty damn good. I felt like he didn't get beat at all. He seemed to stand a lot of guys up at the line of scrimmage. I thought he played really well at that. And I know people are like, oh, we're going against the second team. Listen, he can't help who he's going against. I can only evaluate what I see, in the game. My camera's getting really dark again. Don't know why that happened. Sorry about that. But I thought he played well. I thought Deonte Banks had a good game as well. I felt like he did a good job. I thought, Hawkins also had some good moments out there for sure. I mean, he had blanket coverage on the interception by Pinnock at the beginning of the game. And I thought that, the Giants defense got some good pressure in the first quarter. So special teams was also really good in the first half. Like I felt like they were really good coverage down the field. So I felt like that was the good as far as the Giants go. The bad, in my opinion, the second half special teams was terrible. It started off with a messed up kickoff, or it just kind of bounced around. No Giant really went after the ball. That's a live ball. I thought the ball got kicked out of bounds, but I guess if it gets kicked out of bounds or not, the Giants got it to 40, and then they couldn't do much with it either. And of course, the Lions had a 95-yard punt return for a touchdown. So the special teams of the second half were really bad. I mean, that's something that we know the Giants have to clean up. But again, you don't know who's on those special teams units in the second half. A lot of these guys aren't going to make the team, so you can't really go insane about it. But that's just something that, it hurt the Giants a lot last year. Special teams was really bad last year. And on a punt, Gillen, I don't know what he did. It looked like he might have had a cramp in one of his hamstrings. They were trying to stretch it out. He wasn't on the injury report. He finished the game. He still was punting. So I don't know if it was a cramp or a little tightness, but he was able to work through it. So, but the special teams in the second half was not good at all. And, I also, to mention a couple of good things, I thought Cole Beasley played well. Obviously, he had a couple of big third down conversions. I thought Jamison Crowder played well. And, that position, that slot position, the Giants have a lot of wide receivers. So the guys that are going to get that 6th and 7th spot, it's going to be tough. Like Sterling Shepard might not make this team. You got Crowder. If Wandale's healthy, he's probably going to be one of the guys that gets a spot. Beasley's back there. Bryce Ford Wheaton was not good tonight. I know a lot of guys are rooting for him, but he was not good. He dropped the pass. He fell down in the pass. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or what it was, but he did not look good tonight, which is probably why he went undrafted. Obviously, he has all the physical talent, but the rest of it, it just wasn't there, and I didn't show. Again, this game one, he could come out and ball out against Carolina next week, but tonight he wasn't very good. The ugly. That offensive line in the second half. Wow. Get Cunningham off the team. Get Cunningham and Wyatt Davis off the team. Listen, man. I know it's preseason. Colin Cunningham got beat every time. And the one time he forgot the snap count. He stayed in his stance, a snap count too long. The guy ran right around him and killed Tommy DeVito. You know, Tommy DeVito was good tonight, you know, but I mean, how much stock are you gonna put into a third string quarterback? But he didn't have a lot of time to throw. That Giants offensive line, Zudu was terrible. Cunningham, Davis, it was ugly, man. Wow. I mean, it's hard to watch. Again, most of these guys ain't gonna make the team, but still, that's bad. And when you watch that, especially Zudu, because Zudu is fighting for like a starting position, our guard positions are not very good. Now, the line may have looked different. And when you have Zudu may be a lot better when you got Schmitz, who was really good tonight, on one side. You would have Neal on the other, Andrew Thomas, depending on which side guard Zudu plays. It could be a lot better for him, but he was not good tonight. And that offensive line was really bad in the second half. And you sit there as a Giants fan, and you like our starting unit, but, you know, inevitably, guys sometimes have to miss games, and you worry about the depth. I mean, that's the big thing with the Giants offensive line is the depth. Same thing in the secondary. You know, you look for depth. And the Giants, that offensive line is a little worrisome if, you know, these guys have to play for an extended period of time. But Cunningham was, that was really bad. That was really ugly. He made Eric Flowers look like an all-pro. Like, that's how bad of a performance that was. So, again, you take this stuff with a grain of salt. It's the first preseason game. The score doesn't matter. The Giants did lose 21-16. I didn't even mention that because score is not important. You're out there evaluating players. You know, guys are fighting for positions. You're working on the most basic vanilla offenses and defenses. Wink does send the blitzes. There's no question about that. But, you know, you're not doing extravagant things. Your starters aren't out there. The other team starters aren't out there. You're just fighting for positions. You're executing on things. You look at the film. You go back and you work on stuff that you see, and you try to correct the mistakes for the second game. So, again, there's no panic here. But that offensive line play in the second, the Giants are still, you know, like Dexter Lawrence said, I don't want to hear about a rebuild. You know, this is where we're going forward from here. And I get that. But you got to remember, this is just the second year with Brandon Brown and Joe Shane in the front office and the coaching staff. And they still have to kind of undo what Dave Gettleman did. And it does not happen overnight. It does not happen in 1 year. It does not happen in 2 years. It happens with good, consistent drafts. Jalen Hyatt was kind of non-existent tonight. Tyrod Taylor didn't really throw the ball a lot. He ran it a lot. He had a couple passes at the beginning. Both of them went for minus yards. He threw a -2 to Cole Beasley, and then a screen got blown up again, speaking about how bad the offensive line was, to Jalen Hyatt, who lost 4 yards. We really didn't get to see Jalen Hyatt much tonight. I thought Eric Gray definitely had a couple really nice runs. You saw him finish that one run, lowering his shoulder and trucking the defender. That's the type of back he is. Didn't get a lot of opportunities to run because, again, the offensive line was just really bad. But, you know, again, it's the first preseason game. It's just the good, the bad, and the ugly in the first game. And, you know, they'll go back to practice. They'll work on it. I like that they did scrimmage, you know, or have joint practices with the Lions and you know, the preseason game. And good luck to Detroit. I got no problem with Detroit. Love Dan Campbell. I think he's a great coach. And you guys got a good chance to win that division this year. You really do. A lot of people are picking you to win the division. So you're good. I thought Jahmyr Gibbs looked good for you guys as well. And whoever Coda was. Coda had a big game. You know, I don't know much about the Lions roster, but, you know, that was fun. It's good to be calling football. It's good to watch football, again, even if it is guys that are probably not going to make the team. And, you know, you see some good and some bad performances. It's just the way it is in any game. But I'm not going to read too much into the first game of the season. But that was what I saw. Let me know what you saw in the comment section down below. And tomorrow I will have a video reacting to Coach Dable, because I'm sure he'll have a presser, and I'll react to, you know, what he thought about the practice. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, please like and subscribe. Ring a ding, ding, ding that bell. That way you know when I go live or do a video like this. And we'll see you next time. It's Bad Diggy Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.